I always do this. I record things before I take them apart, but you can see my axle is flush here. It's basically flush with this fork. I'm gonna grease them. I'm gonna grease it. I don't need to film the other side because that's where the, well, I will. I'll film it where the lock bolt is, but I mean, that's pretty straightforward. I mean, you know, pretty straightforward. Okay, so today I'm just gonna grease the front axle on the YZ. Pretty straightforward. I'm gonna break this bolt loose and then break the pinch bolts loose. Excuse my neighbor in the background revving his truck. He's working on it or something, I don't know. I live in a neighborhood full of rednecks. So that axle is loose, that nut's loose. I'm gonna pull that all the way off. This probably hasn't been done. I mean, it hasn't been done since I've owned the bike. So, okay, loosen the pinch bolts. That's the next step. Okay, so I'm gonna loosen these pinch bolts. These are 10 millimeter. I mean, I saw Jay on Dirt Bike TV doing it with, you know, like with a regular box end wrench, but I mean, I can get this 3/8 ratchet in here, so why would I do that? And he said, you know, basically, you don't get them, you don't have to get them too loose, just loose, and go and do it on the other side. You know. Those are loose. Should be able to pop the tire out of here. That's something you guys don't see me popping the tire off the bike very much. I usually save this step. Usually don't film this because it's self-explanatory, but since this is such a simple video, that's what we're doing. Yep. Actually, looks like I can see some Maxima grease on there already. You guys get to watch it fight me on camera. Boy, can't get it out of there. Shit. Okay. Alright. The whole bike is twisting. There it comes. It's kind of making me worried there. The whole bike was twisting on the stand. Don't want it to come off. Good Lord. Almost need like an extension or something to tap it the rest of the way through. There we go. Oh, it's finally let go. Okay, so as I said, that's pretty standard. I'm gonna set this up against the trash cans. Yeah, you can see there wasn't much grease on there. So, all right. So, that's what she looks like. Yeah. Okay. Wipe this off. Might hit the end of that with some contact cleaner. Why not? I don't see any rust in there. Oh, that's a good thing. I mean, I wasn't having any problems out of it, but you know, Better to be safe than sorry. You always wanna, there we go. Clean that crap out of there, that looks pretty. I'll hit these threads with some contact cleaner. Okay, they're pretty clean. Forks are clean in there, so now I'm gonna grease it and put it back on. As my man said, thin layer of grease on here. I like this Maxima stuff, man. It's blue, and you know, it's waterproof. You guys have seen me use this before. A little thin coat here. It's also good, you know, you put in your coffee. Maybe put it on a piece of bread, spread it around like Nutella. Just joking. Let me see, that was all the way through. I'm gonna grease that too. Couldn't hurt. Grease this little thingy here. I mean, that is in the forks. It is something that's gonna be spinning around. I don't know if you need to grease this part actually, but I'll do it anyway. Okay, we're greased. I'll set that like that. Wheel looks pretty good. That's clean. I don't see any dirt in there. So, move this out of the way. And, yeah, okay, so I gotta get these forks straightened out. So now you guys get to watch me struggle to get it back on. We shall see here. Get it lined up with that brake caliper. That's the main thing. I'll get that rotor in there. Uh-oh. Oh, what dropped out? Was that a spacer? That's not good. What dropped out? I'm assuming this was a spacer. Where did that come from?
A few moments later.
And so it was good that I filmed it before, you know, I put it back together, because so there's a little wheel collar on each side, you know, on this bike, on the little KX. I don't think it has one because it's so small, but this wheel collar right here on the right side, well, it'd be the left side of the bike if you're sitting on it, but on the right side, me looking at it, this fell off while I was trying to put it back on. An unexpected thing, you know, but because I filmed it earlier and also looking at blown up diagrams of Partzilla, you know, I was able to, you know, figure out what happened. I thought this might have went all the way inside the wheel. It doesn't, it just sits there. So, you know, good on me for recording it. Anyway, I got the wheel back on. I did struggle a little bit when that collar fell off, but anyway, it's back on there. So, pinch bolts are loose right now, so I'll just spin this axle nut up on here. I'm not gonna tighten it real tight. I'm gonna torque it after I get it up on here. It's like 77 foot-pounds is the torque spec. I'm just gonna get it tight enough on here so I can get this centered. And so then, basically, the procedure is you tighten this side And also, like, I'm not gonna tighten these to spec yet. It's 15 foot-pounds, 21 Newton meters, but I am gonna get them snugged up on there so I can get this axle centered. Okay, that's not too terribly tight. It's probably not far off though. So if I bring it around to this side, I mean, that's pretty close right there. That's pretty close, but you can see, like, you know, the fork can still move, you know what I mean? And so it was like just inside there. So anyway, I'm gonna do basically what they say to do, which is spin this wheel and hit the brake. So spin the wheel. Ooh. Okay, the front brake was mushy, but that's probably because I'm struggling to get the wheel lined up, and you know, I kept hitting the caliper there, and you know, knocked this wheel collar off, and trying to get the rotor into the caliper and line that up. You know, it's a bit of a balancing act. I mean, to me that looks pretty centered. So before I first took it off, this was like, so I said it was flush, but I mean, you could see from the first video that it was like this lug was just inside this part of the fork right here. So other side's pretty much tightened down, so I'm gonna basically cinch this up and torque it up, and we're done. So to conclude this series of me maintaining my bike, I would do what anybody would do after they get their front axle torqued down and pinch bolts torqued down, is start it up. So I'm in tennis shoes today, guys. How many kicks? I'm gonna say like 1 or 2. It's usually like 2.